This Coach bag sold out almost immediately. A few months later, Coach restocked it. That's what I've got in here. And then it sold out immediately. Today, I will open up this box. We'll look at all the usual stuff, the details, what fits, mod shots, and I'll address a few concerns that I have about this bag. And then I will give you tips on how to find one for yourself. So stay tuned. And welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those. Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com. I will have it linked below. The shop page is where you can find handbags that I have for sale, as well as the My Handbag Collection organizer and lots of other planner pages that I've designed to help you organize and curate your handbags and your life. The heart of the handbag tracker is the item tracker page where you can record everything you'd ever want to know about your handbags and small goods. I also have wish list pages, pages to track items that tempt you, pages to keep track of your sales associates' contact information, and lots of planner pages like a variety of calendar layouts, to-do pages, project planning pages, habit trackers, and more. A few months ago, I did a video on Coach's Alter Ego line, which is part of their Coachtopia division of eco-friendly handbags and accessories. And rather than being made from reconstituted materials like most Coachtopia bags to that point, the Alter Ego bag is made from scraps of leather from Coach handbags such as the Tabby, the Hamptons, and the Brooklyn. And these Alter Ego bags were so popular that most of them sold out within the first few days. People pointed out that on Coach's Instagram account, they said they would not be restocking those bags. Well, they were telling the truth, but they were a little bit sneaky about it. Recently, they did restock one of those bags, but just in different colors and a new texture, and they released a new design that I'll tell you about too. And I got one of those bags. In the description box below, I will link that previous video that I did on the Alter Ego line. I'm also going to link 3 videos from Coach's Instagram page where they show different parts of the process of how the Alter Ego line is made. Those are really interesting, so I would recommend checking those out. And before I show you which bag I got, I promise we'll get to it soon, let me give you a little bit of the backstory on how I ended up with this. I was interested in the Alter Ego line in the original drop, but I couldn't make a decision about which bag I wanted or if I really wanted one of those. They released 4 styles. There was a hobo bag, another bag that could be a shoulder bag or a crossbody. There was a tiny little mini satchel, and then a larger version of that bag, which had longer shoulder straps. I was most drawn to the shoulder bag or the hobo bag, but I wasn't crazy about any of the colorways that they offered. The one I was most drawn to was black, but the style of that bag, the vibes I got from it, reminded me so much of my Chanel Shop in Moscow tote that I felt like it would be a little bit of a duplication in my collection. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but it held me back on getting one of those bags. And that same black hobo was photographed on Bella Hadid, the model, and I thought it looked amazing on her, which piqued my interest again. And recently I was looking at the Alter Ego collection again to see if they may have released something new. And at that time they hadn't, but they did have one of the black hobo bags back in stock, and I really debated because they only had one. I was really going back and forth, like, do I want this? Because I know it's sold out. I'm not going to be able to get it again on the Preloved market. They're more expensive. But for the same reason, that Chanel bag, I decided I was going to pass. If one of you got that, let me know in the comments section, and congratulations. Also in that collection, I was thinking about the little mini satchel because they had it in a green color. And also because since these are all made from little squares of scraps of leather that are sewn together on the edges, the hobo and shoulder bag style, you can see the stitching between each one, and that was throwing me off a little bit too. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't sure that I would love it. The satchel bags though, the stitching was hidden, and I liked that cleaner look. And I loved the dark lime color that they offered that bag in. However, I already have this bag, the Burrow bowling bag, in that exact same color, the dark lime, and those 2 bags are similar enough in size and shape and functionality that I thought that would be a little bit of a duplication too. I also thought that mini satchel might be a little too small, which was confirmed when we were out on a winery day and saw someone with this bag in a restaurant. It was very, very small. And I knew that the larger satchel that goes on your shoulder wouldn't be for me because it has 2 straps. It would not stay on my shoulder. I don't even have to get it and try it on to know that. And also the shoulder and the hobo bag, they came with this elongated resin multicolor Coachtopia tag, and I really like that. A lot of the Coachtopia, I think most of the Coachtopia bags come with that, but the 2 satchel bags didn't have those. So that was another thing that stopped me from getting one of those. And I think it was just 1 or 2 days after I saw that black hobo come back as a restock, well, not restocked, it was probably a return, just that one bag, and I decided not to get it. And I was still, even after it sold out again, I was like, oh, should I have gotten that? But just 1 or 2 days after that, I was on Facebook, and in one of the Coach groups, someone said that they were restocking some of those bags in new colors. So I jump on over to the Coach website, and if I remember correctly, they had the new colors showing, but they weren't available for purchase yet. So over the next few days, I just kept refreshing the page until they became available, and I got one. So let me show you all the new colorways, and then I will open up the bag and show you which one I got, and we'll do all the usual stuff. The bag they restocked in the new colors is the Alter Ego shoulder bag. Now, the only color that never sold out as far as I saw from the original drop is the chalk. And I feel like maybe I've seen it sold out since then, but that's what that looks like. In the new release, they had this honey brown, they had a denim patchwork, so different colors of denim, and they had one that was chalk with these studs all over it. Now the shoulder bag's price is $295, but the one with the studs was $395. And I would also point out that they also released this denim bag as part of the Alter Ego collection. It looks very Y2K to me, and it's a similar design to this, which I think was called the Ashton from that latest Coach outlet drop. And I think all of these are now sold out, but the reason that I wanted to get this video up as quickly as I could is because if you are interested in this collection, and particularly in this style of bag, I wanted you to be able to see all the information about it, see the bag up close, all the details, because there are likely going to be some returns. And if it's a bag you want, you can keep refreshing, keep your eye on the website to see if anything pops up, because it will eventually. I think the most popular piece from this collection, based on what I saw in the Facebook groups, was that patchwork denim. But I also saw that a few people, once they got it in their hands, weren't happy with it for various reasons. And it's not that there were any problems with the bag, I think it just looked different in person than it did on the website. Based on the photos I saw, the images on the website were brighter colors. They were more vivid, more saturated than the bag is in real life. So that's my big tip, is keep an eye on the website for returns. You could also check the Preloved market. I'm sure there are people who bought them to flip them, but they're going to be more expensive there. Now, let's get into this box and see which one I got. I have wanted a Coachtopia bag for a while, and this is my very first one. And one thing I know about these is that they come in a different box because even the packaging is more environmentally friendly. So it says Coachtopia, it has these little clouds. The bags come in Coachtopia dust bags, which are nicer than the boutique dust bags, which are that silky sort of material that's very thin. These are nice cotton bags. At least that's my guess as to what it is. We have tissue paper on the sides with little clouds on them. And when we take the bag out and the tissue paper, there's this little drawing inside. And it has some information on how you can learn more about Coachtopia and their efforts for sustainability, which is really nice. You have this nice drawstring on the top. It says Coachtopia on this side of the bag, and there's more information here. There's the little flower character on top, and it says, "Welcome to Coachtopia, a world in progress. Join us on the road to circularity." And on the bottom, tap to connect. This product has a unique digital passport. To access it, find the connected cloud emblem on your product and hold your phone up against it until the pop-up appears, and learn more at Coachtopia. I'll need to try that. I'm not sure what that's about. Now let's open this up. I'm excited to see this one. And this is a new color that I have not yet seen in person, so we'll see how it is. I got the honey brown shoulder bag. I'll bring it closer. Here is the front of the bag. Oh, this is another thing that I was going to mention, is some of the previous bags, especially the black one. They're debossed Coachtopia here, but the black one, it said Coachtopia in white. And this one is just debossed in a little bit darker, and I liked that subtle branding a lot better than the high contrast. So there is the front of the bag. That is really pretty. Turn to the side. It's a pretty narrow bag. I'll give you measurements before we leave today. Here is the back, so there are no outer pockets. And then the side. We'll look at the tags in just a minute. Here's the bottom, so you do have this extra piece of leather here to give it a little more structure. And then the top of the bag, you have that one zipper. Notice we have silver hardware on this bag, which is another thing I really liked about this one. There are two tags. We have the leather Coach tag. It says Coach Leatherwear. And on the back, it says Coachtopia, and I see the little cloud symbol inside, so we'll scan that in just a minute. We also have the resin tag in the different colors. It says Coachtopia on one side, and then it's blank on the back. And there is this little tag, and that says the same thing about the cloud and the digital passport. We have this nice leather zipper pull and this adjustable shoulder strap, which has 6 adjustments, each about an inch apart, and it has that on both sides. Get the plastic off of these handles. I did notice on the back of the bag when I was spinning it a little earlier, there's this little indentation here, and there's another one here and here. That's from a pocket that's on the inside of the bag that has a snap. And speaking of the inside, let's look in. They have it stuffed. Okay, I just got it unstuffed and I almost freaked out because I didn't see the extra strap, but here it is. So it does come with a second strap that allows the bag to be crossbody. I'll do all the mod shots in a minute. All right, now that the bag is unstuffed, you can see it's super duper smushy, and that is something I love about a handbag. You can see that it's lined in a textile, and it's just one big open compartment. Except on this back wall where we have this slip pocket with a snap closure. This lining, I'm wondering if that's a recycled fabric because it almost feels wipeable. That little snap is covered in leather, which is a nice detail. And then we have the Coachtopia story patch, which of course is a little special because of that wavy edge. It also has the cloud symbol. The registration number on this bag is L2480-CY360. The L means it was made in November, 24 means it was made in 2024, 80 is the plant code, and then the number after the dash is the style number, CY360, and that would include the color. So first impressions of this bag, finally seeing and feeling one in person. I love the smush factor, of course. The leather is very soft. The leather on these shoulder bags does come from the Coach tabby. I wasn't sure what I would think about the honey brown color because it looked a little too yellow in some of the photos that I saw. And it is, it's more of a caramel color, I'd say. I'm not sure I have any browns that are quite like this in my collection. Maybe I do, hold on. My Louis Vuitton Noe from the Nomad collection, this is a vachetta that has darkened a little bit. It's got that honey patina. That's fairly similar. I think that's the closest color in my collection that I have to the honey brown, which then makes sense why they might call it honey brown. Also kind of the color of honey. A couple of concerns that I had about this bag. The straps. When I saw other videos of the bags from the previous collection, the straps seemed like they might be too stiff and like that would bother me. But this is, I could tell immediately, the strap is very pliable, so that won't be a bother at all. I was also a little concerned about the shape of the bag because when you look at the photo and how it's styled from Coach, they have, and it kind of annoys me when brands do this, they've taken it and smushed the top down a bit, which changes the shape of the bag. And here it's much more rectangular with just a little bit of a curve there. So once I put things in it and get some weight in it, we'll see if it naturally takes on that more slouchy shape or if it's going to tend to be like this. I'm also a little bit concerned about how narrow the bag is. I feel like another inch would have been a little helpful, but we'll see again once I get things in the bag. But otherwise, I'm really impressed with it. I like it even more than I thought I would. I was on the fence about whether even to buy it because I thought it might be a bag I'll return, but I'm thinking that it's going to be staying. And I'll say one more thing about the leather. Let me bring it closer. Not sure this will come across at all, but since these are scraps from different hides, there is a little bit of variation in the texture. Some of the squares like this one are very, very smooth. And then others like this one, especially when it moves, you'll get more wrinkling in it. Or others like this one are a little more textured, like there's a little pebbling going on. And I really like that. That's a nice surprise. One more concern I had with the visible stitching was how it would feel. I've heard people say that the leather was really soft and smooth, which it is, but then with that stitching, is that gonna feel rough? You can definitely feel the stitching, but it's not rough. How about dimensions? 12.5 inches wide, 8 inches tall, and just over 3 inches deep. Coach says the short strap has a 16.5-inch drop and that the crossbody strap has a 22.8-inch drop. Now what fits? A 13-inch laptop is not going to fit, but it might fit in the hobo bag, which is the taller version of this. My iPad Pro is the same size as my 13-inch MacBook, so that wouldn't fit either. My iPad Mini, that will fit easily. The Louis Vuitton Agenda GM does fit, but it took a little wrangling to get one of the corners past the zipper. I should show you the zipper does not go all the way to the end. There's a little bit of space there as well as on the other side. But here's how that Agenda fits, and I can zip it up with the Agenda still in there. And that of course means the Agenda MM and PM would also fit. The Louis Vuitton Pochette Accessoire fits easily, which of course means the mini pochette would fit. A full-size wallet fits easily, which of course means a smaller wallet would fit. The Louis Vuitton Toiletry 19 fits easily, which means the PM would also fit. I don't have a 26 to try, but I think that that would not fit because of the base being wide. Let me show you the 19 closer. So I have the 19 all the way over to one end of the zipper, and you can see there's not a lot of space left at the top, so I really don't think the 26 would fit. But that fits a surprising amount. That's a lot. So let me throw some things in here and do mod shots. All right, I've packed it with my pochette accessoire, which has some things in it. This is everything I would usually carry. My mini pochette with things in it, my Agenda PM, my zippy coin, my sunglasses case with sunglasses inside. In the inside pocket here, my iPhone. Unzipped, it hangs like this, where the bag is open. So I would want to zip that up. And when it's zipped, it does slouch. It's not as symmetrical and even as in the Coach photo, but I think this looks really good. I like that slouch a lot. Now as far as mod shots, I think earlier I said there were 6 adjustments. I just recounted and there are 7. And this is set on the 3rd from the bottom on both sides. And that easily allows me to get that onto my shoulder with one hand. I feel like that's going to stay there pretty well. This is a perfect length for me. It falls right above my hip and it's a really comfortable length to be able to put on my arm like this. And I've complained before about how when I have my arm down, the bag kind of disappears. This one doesn't. So I really like that about this too. Now if I put the strap on the very shortest length, I feel like it takes on a little bit more of a dumpling look. So that's not going to fit over my shoulder anymore, but I could carry it on the crook of my arm like this or just top handle it. Now one thing about that is when it's on that shortest length, the straps hang down below the bag. So I don't know if that's a look you like or not. I think it's totally personal preference, but you can definitely change up the look of the bag and apparently the shape of the bag by how long the strap is, which is interesting. Also, you don't have to have both straps at the same length. Now I have this one at the longest length where the strap is really short here in terms of the length of the bag. And then the other one is at the shortest length. This is at the longest, this one's at the shortest, where the strap hangs down below just on the one side. So you can really play with it. And by the way, I should have pointed this out earlier, it does have a strap keeper on both sides of the bag. Those are attached to the bag, so if I take this out, you can see it's attached right there to that strip of leather. That is very convenient. And then here is the bag on the longest length for the shoulder strap, so obviously that would very easily fit over your shoulder with one arm, and that just hangs a little bit lower. The bottom of the bag is now close to the bottom of my hip rather than being up here. Now let's try the crossbody strap, and I am so impressed with how soft this leather is. And this is interesting, the crossbody strap has 5 holes for adjustment instead of 7. And those holes are spaced farther apart, so this is the crossbody strap, and this is the shoulder strap. This is the strap on the longest length. Here it is crossbody on me, that hangs a little lower than I'd want it to, but it's not bad at all. And here's the bag on the shortest length for the crossbody strap. And you can see that the ends of the strap hang off of it. They hang a little below the bag, which I don't mind. And I'm surprised how short this goes because you can have it crossbody. This would not be crossbody. It would sit right there. Be careful with crossbody straps when you have hoop earrings on that are open on one side. This is now caught on my earring. There we go. So you can go from crossbody to shoulder strap, a little bit longer than I would like for a shoulder strap. I preferred it when it was up here, but you can do that with just this one strap and not have to take the other strap with you, which is super convenient. I will say, the more I hold this bag, the heavier it feels. However, that's just because of what I have inside it. When this bag is empty, it's very, very lightweight. It's engraved Coachtopia on the bottom of each of the 2 buckles. Well, I am very impressed with this bag. The quality is so nice. It's very versatile. It's easy to use. It's just a nice, casual, everyday bag. And I like it a lot more than I even thought I would. So even though I was on the fence about it, I'm so glad I got it to try because it's definitely a keeper. I would say these bags are worth it. Snip, snip, tags have been removed. Oh, and let's scan that cloud thing and see what happens. By the way, the creed on the inside says Coachtopia. This is a Coachtopia bag. Its hang tag holds a unique digital passport. Hold your phone up to the connected cloud emblem to learn more about its craft and materials. I got the scan to work. So what I did was hold the top of my phone up to the little hang tag, and I'll show you what that brought up. There's a photograph of my bag, and then when I scroll down, I'm covering up the unique digital ID number, but it says the digital ID, and then it says main material is upcrafted leather, lining is recycled polyester, hang tag is 70% recycled acrylic. That's not the leather hang tag, that would be the other one. And then life cycle is new. So that's pretty cool. Let me know in the comments if you have any of the Coachtopia pieces, whether they're alter ego pieces or not, and what you think of yours. Or if you don't have one, is it a bag that interests you and which one would you like to get? And while you're down there, remember to check out any links I might have, including the one to my website where you can get handbags, small goods, and planner pages. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.